Hey guys, welcome. Starting in child's pose. So sit your hips to your heels, bring your toes to touch. Knees are going to be wide, reach your arms really far forward, and then think about wrapping the armpits down towards the ground. Then keep reaching the fingertips really far forward, head is resting on the mat as well. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more inhale. And exhale. Then begin to shift yourself forward. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips are right over the knees. You're going to start to take cat-cow. Always think about lifting the head up, so you're lengthening through the crown of the head, arching the belly down towards the ground. Think about inhaling. Exhale, push down through the ground, pull the belly in, tuck the chin towards the chest. Inhale, drop the belly down. Exhale, round through the spine, really push the upper spine up to the ceiling. Inhale, drop the belly low. Exhale, round through the spine. And then extend through the crown of the head. Reach your left leg back, then your right, and then press yourself back into down dog. Think about really reaching the hips high to the diagonal. Modification is to bend the knees, but really press down through the hands to lift the hips high. Think about the ribs hugging in towards the spine so we're not arching and collapsing. Lifting up. And then you're going to shift forward. So your shoulders are going to come over your wrist. You're going to pull your right knee to your right tricep. Exhale. Go back. Inhale. Shift forward. Exhale. Back. Inhale. Shift forward. Knee to tricep. Exhale. Back. Inhale. Shift forward. Exhale. Back. One more each side. Inhale. Shift forward. Exhale. Back. Inhale, shift forward, exhale, back. Then begin to step your foot up in between your hands. You can always move or adjust as you need, then set your back knee down, untuck your back toes, then bring your hands to the top of the thigh. Now we always like to kind of dump in our low spine, so we want to think about really pushing our hips back. Think about squaring the pelvis, so pull the right hip back, pull the left hip forward, engage the left hip, and then push through the right leg. So I like to keep my hands right on my leg just to feel that engagement through the left hip, through the left thigh. Holding here, think about lifting up through the spine. Think of the crown of the head reaching up to the ceiling. So we always think of energy lines going. And then press down, come into an easy twist. So I'll reach the right fingertips up. And then tuck the back toes just to give you a little bit extra of a challenge. Really pull the belly in and rotate the rib cage towards the front knee. And then slowly step back all the way through plank. Shifting forward, lower down, all the way onto your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift. So just lift the upper spine. Press the top of the feet down. Hug the elbows in. Think about reaching the crown of the head up. Lower the chest. Press the knees down. Come through tabletop. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Then shift to the other side. Lift the left leg up in between your hands. Set your back knee down. Untuck your toes. Bring your hands to your thigh, making sure we're not kind of opening through the hip, right? So we're going to pull the hip back. Think about pulling the left hip into the body and pull the right hip forward, but engage, squeeze your right butt cheek. Then bring your hands onto your thigh, reach up through the crown of the head. Keep shifting your way forward by pushing down through the front foot. And then come into an easy twist. Right hand down, left arm up. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee. Now making sure we're not sticking our butt out. We have to pull that hip in, bend the front knee, rotate the rib cage. And then slowly drop the hand. This is the tricky part. Step your foot all the way up, keep your feet hip distance, and just allow yourself to fold over your legs. You can interlace opposite elbow with opposite elbow, and then kind of rock side to side. Allowing the low spine to kind of release. Think about imagining the crown of the head reaching towards the floor. Maybe one day it will touch. And then slowly start to toe heel your feet wide. And then sit your hips down. Now I want you to keep your heels on the ground the entire time. So if you can go down a little bit further, that's fine. Maybe you need to adjust. Everybody has a different kind of squat stance. And then I just want you to take your knees and push your knees open. So from the front, this is what this looks like. Toes are turned out, belly's in, knees are pressing open. I'm really lifting my chest. Just allowing the hips to Get a little bit movement. And then slowly release, forward fold. Bend the knees, slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, reach your arms up, bring the palms together, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back through plank. Shift forward, lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, inhale, lifts halfway. Exhale, lower, press the knees down, come through tabletop. Strong belly, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. And then slowly step your feet to the middle of the mat. And then come to stand all the way up. Coming into just one more hip opener. So I want you to think about pulling the knee towards your chest. Flex that standing foot. Push down through the standing leg. Pull the opposite leg up towards the chest. In this case, it's the right leg. And then you're going to cross the ankle and start to come into a figure four. So really push that knee down. Keep the belly hugging in. Think about sitting your hips back behind you. And then standing up. And switch other leg. Pull the knee up. Cross the ankle. Sit the hips back behind you. Really push that left knee down. My left knee is always tighter. And then slowly standing up, pull the knee up towards the chest, and coming down. You're at the front of the mat, sit down into your squat once again, and then make your way all the way down onto your back. Hug the knees in toward your chest. Think about the back of the neck lengthening as you hug your knees in. It's okay if the tailbone rounds up. And then slowly drop the feet down to the mat. Take your feet wide, and then you'll take windshield wipers. So you'll drop the knees over to the left. And then bring them through center, drop the knees over to the right. I like to roll my top hip up and forward, so I really get a stretch through the front of the hip. Switch, and to the left, and switch, going to the right, switch, and then bring the feet together. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Take 3 breaths, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Really fill up the rib cage. As you inhale, think about the rib cage expanding in all different directions. Exhale through the mouth. One more inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth.